Welcome to Leadership Tips. I'm Susan Stamm, the author of 42 Rules of Employee Engagement. And today I'd like to talk about rule number 1. Rules are meant to be broken. Throughout history, we've acted on rules which have later been disproven. Consider how these rules have guided the behavior of people before us. The world is flat. The sun orbits the earth. The universe is static. Time is constant everywhere, and bloodletting cures disease. We'd never think of acting on these old rules today, yet in many organizations, rules and policies are rarely evaluated to see how they're impacting employees and the customer. Recently, we had a chance to spend a beautiful warm autumn day in New York City. It was one of those perfect autumn days. It was 70 degrees. We spent the day roaming Central Park, visited a museum, and we were really getting pretty hungry at around 5 o'clock. We found a cafe that had outside seating and we were thrilled. But the seating was roped up, it was chained up. You couldn't actually sit down. And the wait staff was milling around outside, and so we engaged them and said, told them we wanted to dine there. But they told us that we were 15 minutes too early and that we'd need to come back in 15 minutes. Then they watched as we walked across the street and had dinner at a competing restaurant. Just this past weekend, there was an ad in our local newspaper for a sale at the Lazy Boy furniture store. My husband had been complaining for at least a year that he needed a new recliner. So we headed over to the store. When we got there, the door was locked. The signage on the door said that we were 20 minutes too early. So we were standing there trying to decide whether we should wait for 20 minutes or what we should do. And as we were standing there, I happened to look just inside the door. There was a group of furniture, and within that group of furniture was the very chair I had been looking at on the Lazy Boy website the night before. The chair I wanted to buy. So I'm standing there looking at this chair, trying to decide what to do, and suddenly I noticed that there's some motion inside the store in the background, and I look, and another group of furniture has 2 employees sitting on a couch having conversation. One of them, in fact, stands up and looks at me and then sits back down. So again, we're standing there and we're just a few minutes too early. We get in our car and we leave. I'm sure that you can come up with a number of different ways that these scenarios could have worked out. But here is my plan for action. I'd like you to make a list of rules and policies that are active in your organization for both your employees and your customers. I'd like you to discuss their impact. How are they serving the organization? How are they serving your team? How are they serving your customer? I encourage you to talk to these parties directly to find out how they're impacting people. Don't be defensive, just listen. Are your rules and policies creating employee engagement? Are they creating customer engagement? Is it time to retire any of these rules? Today's leadership tip has been brought to you by the Team Approach. Check out the 42 Rules button on our website at teamapproach.com for more tools and resources to create engagement on your team.